There's been a big boom in gluten-free products, and a growing number of people say that by going gluten-free, they've alleviated some health problems. Well, there's a new study out to explain what might be going on. Welcome to this special edition of the News Hub. I'm Kelsey Hubbard, and joining me is Melinda Beck. She's with the Wall Street Journal Health Journal. And Melinda, you know, this new study's coming out that sort of sheds some light on this gluten sensitivity that we've been hearing more and more about. Tell us what it reveals.
Kelsey, this is a big mystery in the medical world. It's well known that some people, about 1% of the population, have a really serious reaction to gluten with celiac disease. But there's been a much broader group that didn't test positive for celiac disease. It's still found that when they went gluten-free, they felt a lot better. And doctors haven't known what to make of this. Some of it may be a placebo effect, but this study from the University of Maryland looked at biopsies of people's intestines and gene samples and blood samples and found that there really is a distinct reaction going on in some people that's different from the people that have celiac disease and still is different from the people who are normal.
And is this something that people are born with or that they develop over their lifetime?
Nobody knows exactly. There's been much more study of celiac disease, and it's definitely clear that people are being diagnosed with celiac disease even as late as 70. So something is happening that trips their immune system to start attacking gluten at some point in their lives, and nobody knows yet what that is.
So is there a rising number of cases of celiac disease, or is it just that we're now more aware of it?
Well, that is really interesting too. We're definitely more aware of it, but one novel study by the Mayo Clinic went back and looked at preserved blood samples from almost 10,000 Air Force recruits in the 1950s and compared them with blood samples today and found that there really is almost a fourfold rise in the incidence, totally apart from whether people are aware of it or not.
So what are the type of symptoms that people have been suffering from if they are sensitive to gluten, and are they alleviated when people go on a gluten-free diet?
Kelsey, it's a huge list of symptoms. Something over 100 have been loosely associated with gluten. Some of the most prominent are cramping, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, sort of like irritable bowel syndrome. People also say that chronic fatigue gets better, body aches, and as you probably heard, some parents say that when they put their kids on a gluten-free diet, symptoms of ADHD and autism even subside. There have been no scientific studies yet that have demonstrated that conclusively, and that's another reason that this is just such a big mystery right now.
And when we look at this, people don't really understand probably how prevalent gluten is in our diet. And is there any research or any understanding right now as to why people are becoming more and more sensitive, or some people are becoming more sensitive to this?
Well, first of all, gluten is in an extraordinary number of products. Not only everything that you think of as a baked good, cookies, cakes, bread, pizza dough, but also in a lot of packaged foods and soups and things that you wouldn't think would have flour in them at all. And one speculation is for why so many more people are sensitive to gluten than they used to be is that there have been changes in the production and the growing and actually the seeds of wheat all along to boost the protein content. So somehow that may not be agreeing with modern humans the way it used to agree with our ancestors.
So interesting, something I'm sure we'll be watching, and more research apparently being done right now.
A lot more, yes.
All right, Melinda Beck, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I've been speaking with Melinda Beck, Health Journal columnist for the Wall Street Journal. I'm Kelsey Hubbard for the Wall Street Journal Digital Network.